Welcome to this course on history of political thought. My name is Alain Hoodashtian. I'm a Canadian citizen. I am the Vice Rector in International Affairs of Swiss UMEF University in Geneva. I am a professor of political science, public policy, and political philosophy at both Swiss UMEF University and Dunya University. I have a PhD degree and a master's degree in political science. My bachelor degree is in philosophy. I have received all my degrees from the Paris University and also from the Sorbonne University in Paris, France. I am an academic research and educational director with 25 years experience. My first teaching experience was in Paris University. I have taught and managed research programs in various universities in several countries, including Canada, USA, France, but also in China, South Africa, Vietnam, Turkey, Senegal, Kazakhstan, Romania, and also Afghanistan. I have also been director of Research Center and editor of Central Asian Journal in Kazakhstan in collaboration with Yale University for research in the United States of America. I have developed and directed a number of bachelor and master programs, including MBA and BBA, organized large students and professional conferences, and also created language and business schools in France and in Canada. I have collaborated closely with a few large universities to develop graduate and undergraduate programs. I have worked with various international and national organizations, including NGOs and Yale University in the United States. My area of research is modern Western culture, global politics, confrontation of Western and Eastern values. I have presented papers in international conferences and published in social and political areas since 2002, and I've published also 2 books on globalization and modernity. Now, history of political thought is the content of this lecture. This lecture is divided into 6 lessons of 45 minutes, delivered in 3 sessions of 15 minutes each. Each lesson is followed by a question answer in an animated cartoon. Typically, questions will be answered in a 45 minutes sequence, also divided into 15 minutes segment. The course is accommodated by text and audio video materials and the course guide in the study package. Now, by successfully completing this course, you will grasp the major concepts of political thought and the major political thinkers. In this course, you will learn first about the foundation of political theory in the Western civilization. This means Greek democracy. Then we will study the Middle Age period, Saint Augustine and Ibn Khaldun theories. Then we will talk about modern political thoughts in the modern time. The main thinkers of this period are introduced as Niccolo Machiavelli, Thomas Hobbes, John Locke, and finally, I will talk about Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Also, we will talk about political liberalism, and we will talk about the different concepts and variation of the reception of this concept called liberalism. Various concepts as power, government, laws, freedom, individual property, liberalism as social contract, democracy also will be studied in these lessons. Now, the skills at the end of this course that students will have. Basically, a student who complete this course will have mastered the following: 1. Theory understanding the philosophical foundation of political phenomenon, and evaluate the different theories in the discipline to analyze and explain political outcomes. Second, method. Analyzing politics from a variety methodological approaches and understand the advantages and limitations of each. 3. Research. Conducting original research that engages ongoing debates in political philosophy and applies appropriate research design methods. 4. Expression. Thinking and writing critically about political phenomena and how to apply these skills to enhance active citizens' intellectual capacity. So students at the end of this course will learn more about the foundation of political thought, the major thinkers and philosophers. They will discover the first political project and the first republic model ever proposed in Greece. Also, students will know about other thinkers. They will know also about political schools as liberalism, socialism, democracy, and other major current issues in politics. Now, I'm going to start the first lesson of History of Political Thought, the foundation of political thoughts. First lesson, session number 1. Let me open this session by asking you a few questions. The first question, what is political thought? Political philosophy is a subdiscipline of political science. It studies the topics such as politics, liberty, justice, property, and laws. Political thought introduces the main concept as making a government legitimate. It asks questions about what rights and freedom a government must give to people and what rights people should get from government. What is freedom? What form a government should take and why? Political thought also asks questions about what the law is and what duties citizens have to legitimate government. Now, another question. When is the birth of politics? Let me start this question now. The beginning of politics in the Western civilization was started in Greece around 400 BC. BC. What is BC? BC refers to the Western calendar. The Western calendar. It is based on the birth of Jesus Christ, the prophet, Jesus Christ, for Christians. BC, in fact, in the Christian calendar, this means before the birth of Jesus Christ. So, according to the historical date, the first democracy was born in the city of Athens. This means that in Athens, for the first time, citizens could participate in the General Assembly and take part in all important decisions. Wonderful. They do not have representatives. This model of democracy, this means a democracy with no representative, is called direct democracy. Direct democracy. And this is the first time we notice the concept of citizens. Citizen, what is citizen? Citizen, who are particular members of the society. That's a good point. Let me explain more about all these concepts. But before going further, again, there is another question coming to my mind. The third question, why do we talk about Greece? Why not another country? The answer is following. Why Greece is the birth of democracy? Because according to many historical data, historical documents, researchers, we could see that it was only in Greece, in the city of Athens, around 400 BC, that we saw for the first time the emergence of citizen and establishment of democracy. So Athenian democracy developed around the 5th century BC in the Greek city-state. Now, the Greek city-state, it is a very particular concept. City-state, we call it, in the ancient time, it was called polis. City-state of Athens, it was called polis. And polis with S at the end, as you can see in the papers you have in front of you. The Athenian democracy had an assembly where citizens, all citizens, gathered to make decisions on political, social, familial, and all other related issues. Now, other issues like even war was discussed and decided in the assembly. They were discussing about everything related to politics. All the citizens could participate and could directly vote in the assembly. So as soon as you are considered citizen, you could participate and vote. Now, the question of who is citizen in this period of time is a major question. Now, it is time to question also about Athens and the particularity of the characteristic of citizen. Who is citizen? So, first of all, to focus on the concept, we understand, and according all the scholars, all documentations we have from history, we understood that, first of all, a citizen in this period of time in Athens is a master. He is an owner, and he has slave, and he has land. So he is man, not woman. He is an owner, and the owner means that he has some lands. And together with that, he has slaves. Now, this is one part of the population of Athens. The first part of the population of Athens is citizen. And citizen, as I said, they have land and slave. The other category of the population of Athens is women. First of all, they were not owners. They didn't have any land, and they didn't have slaves. They were staying at home. They were not considered as citizens. The third category of population in Athens was slaves. They were what? They were not really considered as citizens, but because they were owned by masters. The fourth category of the city of Athens was teenagers. Who are teenagers? They were not owners, and they were not citizens as well. So, just teenagers. The fourth category was foreigners. Foreigners coming to the country, coming to the city, and going. And foreigners, they cannot vote, they cannot be considered as citizens, and they are not owner. So, again, let me review the question. Who are really citizens in Athens? If none of them is citizen, who is citizen? Only, as I said, men and owners, slave owners and land owners. So, the first democracy in Athens, at the end of the day, we understand that the first democracy in Athens was a direct democracy, one side, and the other side, that was a democracy totally masculine, dominated by men. Women in this democracy didn't have any role to play. Women did not have any role to play. Many other people, other categories, didn't have any role to play.